encouragement for Laurel Horvath with the upside down work.
Well, Pay the Piper is presented by Strongest. It is the 6th of 9 events these athletes will face over these 3 days in Scotland. We're going to buy in with the ski erg, and then we got wall-facing handstand push-ups and a deadlift, and the reps go down, Adrian, but the weight is going to go up.
That's right. The deadlift weight goes up, and that's going to be a really important aspect. It's one of our keys to success here within this particular event. It's going to be pulling power. These athletes are going to have to be able to attack the barbells with confidence. There's a ton of transition time here, and the other one, of course, is ski trap. We've got those new Rogue ski ergs out there on the competition floor, and I'm going to tell you right now that 1,000 meters could be attacked at a very aggressive pace. If you're not careful, it could be too aggressive and set you up for failure upside down on those handstand push-ups.
There is Maddie Sturt, who will be in this opening heat. 2 total heats here for this 6th event, and you can see all of the barbells out on the floor as that deadlift gets increasingly heavy. We move from 185 pounds all the way up to 350. We start with the 1,000 meters on that Rogue ski erg.
Yeah, these athletes are going to try to settle into a pace that isn't comfortable, but it just simply can't be too aggressive. This is one of those modalities that can often trap athletes early, meaning that it gets their heart rate high, it accumulates the already existing fatigue that's in their arms from all the work that they've done all day long today. And now they've got to try to move fast, but conserve just enough for the handstand push-ups. Sean, the ski is a modality that we still see everyday CrossFit athletes attack in a very inefficient way. We're seeing some varying body positions out there. Brooke Wells is doing a great job at dropping her chest towards the ground and sending her bum back. This is a hinge-based movement, and that's the musculature they want to put the focus on. Ironically enough, it's the same type of musculature they're going to need for the deadlift.
The athletes are going to get 1 rep for every 50 meters, so there's 20 total reps on the scoreboard here on this 1,000-meter ski to kick us off. Abby Domit, Grace Walton, Emily Rolfe, Benon Anganese, all there on the lead pace as they work their way through this initial buy-in.
Historically, we've seen a lot of athletes get themselves in trouble when we start with an erg like this, simply because the juice isn't worth the squeeze, which means you can sustain a pace, let's say at a 150 for 1,000 meters. And if someone else sustains a 2-minute pace and they get off 10 seconds ahead of you, maybe even 20 seconds ahead of you, it is often not worth it if you lose that time by having to kick down early on one of your sets alone of handstand push-ups.
Most of the field halfway through this opening 1,000-meter ski, again on that brand new Rogue ski erg. So after this, they'll head to the wall-facing handstand push-ups, and again, the reps will descend on the wall-facing handstand push-ups and the deadlift, but the weight on the barbell is going to go up on the deadlift. There's Elisa Fuliano and Maddie Sturt in the white top. Inside 300 meters to go for Emily Rolfe.
Rolfe and Domit going to be 2 of the longer limbed athletes out there, going to have the ability to keep a bit of a higher threshold speed here. Hands can reach up a little bit higher. They can make the paddles travel just a little bit further every stroke. They get rewarded for their length here in this movement.
Domit, Rolfe, Anganese, and Walton. All your leaders right now in the heat. Domit's got a slight lead, though, on Emily Rolfe. 83 total reps here from the scoreboard standpoint. And Abby Domit putting the finishing touches on this 1,000-meter ski, as are Emily Rolfe and Manon Anganese. And Domit's going to be done. She'll head to the wall for 12 wall-facing handstand push-ups. Here come Rolfe and Walt. And Domit's already off the wall.
Yeah, Domit a quick break after 4 reps there. Very strategically placed. She wanted to get a chunk of reps done and then kick down right away.
At the 32 rep mark is when they will come off the wall and head to the barbell for the first time. And they're going to open up with 12 deadlifts at 185 pounds. And it's Brooke Wells, Manon Anganese, first 2 to the barbell for their 12 reps. Haley Adams closest to the camera is there. Lisa Fuliano, and now here comes Gracie Walt. Pardon me, Maddie Sturt. And Wells is done. Heads back to the wall now for her set of 9 handstand push-ups.
Smooth cartwheel up to that setup position there for Brooke, and she's making short work of these handstand push-ups. With that kind of speed, especially out of the bottom, it looks like she's going to have the intention to go unbroken on all of these rounds.
Now Brooke Wells looking to crack the top 10. She's in 12th place overall after 5 events, 245 points, 15 points back of Paige Rogers for 10th.
The other thing that we know about Brooke Wells is that she's got the pulling power. So she's going to be able to attack these deadlifts with confidence and urgency even as they build in weight.
She knocks out her 9 reps at 225 pounds. Back to the wall for 6 for Brooke Wells. Lisa Fuliano and Manon Anganese are fighting for 2nd place behind Wells.
Wells finishing up that set of handstand push-ups.
Wells making her 4th appearance here at the Rogue Invitational. Best finish came last year. She took 5th place overall.
Great bet move there, chalking on the way, Sean, and then strapping up the belt. No hesitation at the bar.
And now the weight goes up to 285 pounds. And she gets through 6 reps. She's been unbroken this whole way, has Brooke Wells. 3 reps here on the handstand push-ups, and then back to the barbell at 320 pounds. $145 kilos. Brooke Wells has 3 reps here, and she's way out in front. And Wells gets through those unbroken, and now 1 final wall-facing handstand push-up and 1 final deadlift at 350 pounds, and Brooke Wells looking for a heat win.
It's going to be a tough time to top, Sean.
1 rep remains for Brooke Wells, then she's got to go hit the buzzer at the finish line. Walton and Fuliano, along with Maddie Sturt, are battling for 2nd place, and they're just stepping up to the 320-pound barbell. So that deadlift is good for Brooke Wells. And Brooke Wells is going to set the time to beat 7:17.81 seconds. A pair of Aussies are fighting for 2nd. Maddie Sturt and Grace Walton back to the handstand push-up wall for 1 final rep. Elisa Fuliano locks out that rep at 320. She has 1 remaining.
We are approaching the 8-minute mark, the 10-minute cap.
Here comes Maddie Sturt and Grace Walton. This is the fight for 2nd place in the heat. Sturt at 350, no problem. She's going to take 2nd place. Grace Walton locks out that lift, and she is in 8 minutes, 0.68 seconds. Less than 2 minutes to go before we hit the time cap. Manon Anganese, who's galloping back to the 350 barbell, has 1 rep remaining, as does Elisa Fuliano. Fuliano just got back to the barbell as well. She's taking her time to get her hands on it. Here goes Anganese for 1 rep at 350 pounds. Locks it out, and she is in.
Great lift there by Manon. This is what I love about this event and its design, Sean. There's something for everybody. If you're pound for pound extremely strong and you like to get upside down, you're going to love the handstand push-ups. If you're a longer athlete with great leverage and strong pull, you're going to love the deadlift. but we got to blend both of them together here.
We're at about 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining. Juliano gonna give it a go.
Emily Rolfe is closing out her set at 350. She has 2 reps remaining.
Wow, great lift.
Juliano is going to pull that, and she is across.
Great patience there by Fuliano. That barbell was being stubborn off the ground. She saw it through all the way to the end. Nice work.
Well, Rolfe is done. Paige Semenza is across inside the 10-minute time cap. So Haley Adams, Abby Doman, and Emily Rolfe left on the floor. And all of them are staring down that 350-pound barbell. Adams cinching up the belt. Here goes Doman for her attempt.
All of them some of our fastest skiers, too.
And Abby Doman will get it. And now Emily Rolfe is going to try to complete this lift inside the time cap. She's not going to go for it. She steps away, and I don't think Haley Adams is going to make an attempt either. But it's Brooke Wells. 7:17.81 seconds after the skier. She just blitzed through those handstand push-ups and those deadlifts, going unbroken the entire way.
Yeah, she put on a great performance, Sean. There was a time where handstand push-ups would have been a problem for Brooke Wells in certain situations, but it was Abigail Doman early who led on the ski erg, kicked up to those handstand push-ups, and then we can understand why she went a little bit fast. She was trying to buy herself time. It didn't play out that way because Brooke Wells stayed steady on the ski, and then it was a sprint from there all the way through the finish. There was no hesitation at the barbell. We talked about efficiency on these handstand push-ups, and she had it all the way throughout using that cartwheel method up to the wall. And that 350 presented no problem. It's slight work for Miss Wells all the way through with a heat win. Way to wrap up day 2, Brooke.
Wells mark of 7 minutes, 17.81 seconds. Will be the target for all the athletes in heat number 2. Maddie Sturt also goes sub-8, 7:57.40 seconds as she outduels Grace Walton for second place. And it's Manon Anganese and Elisa Fuliano rounding out the top 5 as Semenza and Doman also got in inside the 10-minute time cap. One more look at event number 6. It's Pay the Piper presented by Strongest. It's the buy-in on that brand new Rogue skier, 1,000 meters, and that's when things get serious. Reps descend, but the weight goes up on that deadlift.
And it gets really fast after the ski, folks. Pay attention. Know where your favorite athletes are because they're going to be cooking with grease in this final heat from 12 all the way down to 1, and the deadlifts are going to increase as we go. They've got to make sure they execute clean or they're going to get left in the dust.
Starting barbell is 185 pounds, then we move all the way up to 350 pounds, and it's the money bar.
That's right. The one and only. You see that bar with the dollar signs, it's time to put your foot on the gas.
And Laura Horvath, the overall leader. But of course, if you've been a fan of the sport for a while, anytime that there's some inverted work, if you're a fan of Laura, you kind of hold your breath. So what's at stake here?
Well, it's exactly that, Sean, for Laura Horvath. Is this her handstand push-up kryptonite? Is this what has been looming for her in the first day and a half so far, and how will she manage it? And then we've got none other than Ariel Lowen in the heat, who happens to be a master of none. You look at her history, and she is one of the more well-rounded athletes in the field. Nothing stands out that jumps off the board about her, and I'm going to tell you, this type of event suits her extremely well because there's nowhere for other athletes to hide.
The second and final heat underway as you look at the lane assignments. Overall leader Laura Horvath will be in lane number 6, and the 2 women chasing her will be on either side of her. Alex Gazan, who sits in second place, and Danny Spiegel, who still is in third with 365 points. Here on the skier, the athletes are going to get 1 credited rep for every 50 meters that they complete. So 20 reps on the scoreboard in this 1,000-meter ski.
Danny doing a great job here to the right of the screen, sending back her hips, flexing through abdominals, and then pulling with her arms. One of the common faults we see on that skier is people pulling with their arms too early. Both these women are doing a great job at being efficient here. Now, it looks like they're settling into a pretty aggressive pace. I wouldn't be surprised, Sean, if Laura, being an athlete that she knows may struggle upside down, might try to draw some of the other women out of their comfort zone here, saying, hey, keep up with me on this thing. Maybe it sets me up to keep up with you on that inverted work a little bit more.
Olivia Kerstetter, Ariel Lowen, Laura Horvath, and Lucy Campbell, along with Danny Spiegel, are all towards the front here on this initial 1,000-meter ski.
This is also tough as a competitor here. You get a little bit inside of your head, especially you find yourself towards a position where you don't get to visually see the field, and you're constantly worrying, am I going too slow here? Am I falling off by 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Everyone goes out with a game plan, but especially when it's blind this way, it's very hard to stick to that.
Alex Kazan is on the right side of your screen. She currently sits in second place overall with 400 points. She has yet to finish outside the top 10 in an event. She does have an event win. She took event number 2 to start day number 1. She and Ariel Lowen facing each other on that skier. Lowen currently in 4th place. She's 25 points back at Danny Spiegel for that final spot on the podium. Olivia Kerstetter is in the lead right now. There is Ariel Lowen, who only has 1 finish outside the top 7, but that was a 19th in event number 3.
Yeah, and that one hurt, Sean, but you know, when you think about someone like her, it's the more points that become available, the better she typically does, the more she has a tendency to rise to the top. So to find herself within striking distance here at that podium, she's in a great situation right now.
And they're going to get 1 rep credited for every 50 meters. Alex Kazan, who's in her first competition since June, is in the middle of the pack. There's Olivia Kerstetter, who right now is your leader in the heat. Kerstetter 5th place overall. She's 30 points out of a spot on the podium.
Olivia, another one of those women who's not going to bat an eye at the weight of the deadlift. She's going to be able to keep one of those ferocious paces when it comes to the transitions, which we see a lot of in this event because of her lack of hesitation at both these movements.
Judges hand in the air for Olivia Kerstetter, hand in the air for Danny Spiegel as well. The athletes starting to put the finishing touches on this 1,000-meter skier. Then they're going to get to the wall for 12 wall-facing handstand push-ups and 12 deadlifts after that at 185 pounds, 84 kilos to open up.
And now
Kerstetter's done.
The race begins.
She'll be first to the wall. Emma Lawson is there as well. Now Laura Horvath.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Horvath on the left side.
1 more. 12, good.
Getting through these okay. As Olivia Kerstetter heads to the 185-pound barbell, 84 kilos for 12 reps, and Horvath is through. So if she just hangs out towards the front here, that is bad news for the rest of the field. Horvath onto the barbell 2nd. Emma Lawson was 3rd. Here comes Spiegel and Lowen. 12 reps at 185 before it's back to the wall for 9 wall-facing handstand push-ups, and Kerstetter is hustling her way through this. Time to beat belongs to Brooke Wells, 7 minutes, 17.81 seconds from heat number 1. Kazan and Horvath are done. Lowen is finished.
Yeah, and this is where, Sean, the athletes have to be knowing. I mean, Brooke had no hesitation. If they're going for a top time, I know everyone's tired at this point. They're executing these handstand push-ups, and this is where we have to look at the standards here from a hip position. Is Laura loading her hip there to get an advantage to climb the wall? Is it supposed to be strict? What was the briefing? She seems to be loading her hip there in that handstand push-up and being credited reps.
Kerstetter onto the 225-pound, 102-kilo barbell for 9 reps. Horvath right behind her. Alex Kazan, Spiegel, Lawson, and Lowen all trailing Olivia Kerstetter. Kerstetter's back to the wall for her set of 6. Here comes Laura Horvath. Kazan and Lowen Lowen in those long purple pants. There's Danny Spiegel, who currently sits in 3rd place overall. Kerstetter's through her set of 6. And now onto the 285-pound barbell, 129 kilos. Kerstetter on the right side of your screen in the all black is gonna rip through these. Going unbroken. And back to the wall for 3 more reps. Olivia Kerstetter does have an event win under her belt already. She took event 3 to close out day number 1. And looking to end the same way here on Saturday. Laura Horvath is done. Horvath solidly in 2nd place right now. Battling with Alex Kazan and Ariel Lowen, as Kerstetter has 3 reps at 320 pounds, 145 kilos. And that is no problem, and she's got a chance to chase down Brooke Wells' time if she hurries. Horvath is through.
Yeah,
we talked about back to the barbell.
We talked about kryptonite. She seems to be handling that potential kryptonite with no problem right now, Sean. Not even batting an eyelash, and the deadlift's not going to be a problem.
Alex Kazan is hustling, Kerstetter is hustling to that final barbell, 350 pounds, 159 kilos. She's got to get right on this if she wants a chance to win the event. She is through, and Olivia Kerstetter is going to win the event by a second. Second event win for Kerstetter. Meanwhile, Laura Horvath is onto the barbell for the final time and looking to finish in 3rd place in the event, depending on what happened with those times in heat number 1. Deadlift is good for Laura Horvath, and she is through. 7:42.86 seconds. Now Alex Kazan is in. Danny Spiegel finishing up. So Spiegel looking to keep herself inside the top 3. Wow. Ariel Lowen was hitching up that barbell, and she got credit for the rep, and she's across. 8:03.12 seconds for Lowen.
Handling business. No one's giving up points the easy way, Sean. They all came to play, and they're all executing at a high level.
Well, when you looked at what was to come here today, I think a lot of people had this event circled as maybe this is where Laura Horvath gives up some points, and she took 2nd place in the heat and is going to widen her lead over Alex Kazan as a result. Paige Rogers closes out her last deadlift. She's across.
Great fight there by Paige.
Lucy Campbell and Danielle Brandon, your leaders on the floor. Campbell at 350.
Man, she did a great job getting that thing moving off the ground. For a lot of lifters, that is the hardest part, is to break the inertia, move that bar just a little bit, and a lot of people can have success. Lucy struggled to get that bar just past her knee there.
Danielle Brandon is now stepping up to the 350-pound barbell. Emma Lawson towards the far end of the floor in the all black is now going to make an attempt at 350. Just 1 rep they need to complete here. 159 kilos. And Lawson has it.
Wow, great lift.
About 40 seconds to spare before we hit the time cap, so Emma Lawson gets in. Campbell and Brandon still on the floor, along with Alexis Raptis. So Brandon doesn't think she's going to be able to get that. Here goes Lucy Campbell.
Got it.
Little Rob Kearney hits there, and Lucy Campbell is across. Well, Alexis Raptis stumbled in the back there as she was hustling back to the handstand push-up wall. She has 1 rep remaining here, and then that final deadlift. I'm not sure that either she or Brandon are going to be able to get that rep. Brandon is going to make an attempt and not able to get it. Well, Olivia Kerstetter by a second over Brooke Wells to win the event. It's her 2nd win of the competition. And looking to maybe move into the top 4.
It's great. You can show up to compete with the fittest women on earth as a 19-year-old and execute at a high level. And I'm assuming she may say something like, you know, I didn't even know the time to beat. I just went as fast as I could. Just competitor in her, always doing the best that she can, and there's a freedom to compete at that level. There was no hesitation on either the handstand push-ups nor the deadlift for Olivia. She came out with a great pace on the ski erg, and that really set the tone of this is her own race, and she's running at her own pace. Clean execution for the youngster. Well done.
Yeah, you knew as long as she could manage those handstand push-ups, those barbells were not going to be a problem for Olivia Kerstetter. She picks up her second event win of the competition, and she is with Kiki Dixon. We'll take a look at the event results first before we get to that interview with Olivia Kerstetter. So 1 second between her and Brooke Wells. That's Wells' best finish of the competition. Laura Horvath is going to take third. Alex Gazan will stay close to Horvath in that battle for first place. She takes fourth place, and it's Maddie Sturt who comes in fifth, as 6 athletes are able to go sub 8 on that event. Now, down to the competition floor, Olivia Kerstetter talking with Kiki Dixon.
Olivia, congratulations on your event win. You won this event by 1 second. After you saw Brooke Wells' performance, what adjustments did you make to your game plan to ensure you got the win?
I definitely watched her in the back, and I was gonna break up the handstand push-ups and the deadlifts, and I came out here and I was like, there's no way. So it just felt good, and I just did them unbroken.
This performance will help you move up that leaderboard. Coming out to it, you were within striking distance, right, of those podium seats. How does that play into your determination when you're about ready to tackle an event?
Yeah, I checked the leaderboard, and so I can see that, and I know it's close, and there's still a lot of competition left, but this momentum really is going to carry into tomorrow.
Yes, it will, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Second win of the competition for Olivia Kerstetter, who came in 5th place overall. She has 4 finishes of 3rd or better right now, and she is looking to crack the top 4 and move herself 1 spot closer to a potential podium finish here in 2025.
Our individual men will
Well, the women are done. Coming up next, it's the men's turn to pay the piper. 1 second between Olivia Kerstetter and Brooke Wells. Stay with us, everybody. Our coverage continues here from Aberdeen, Scotland at the 2025 Rogue Invitational.